Yeah. Y'all watching the Grindethiks mixtape show? And I'm your host, Viktory BX Supreme Promoter. Basically, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Basically. Yeah, what up? What up? Thank y'all for watching a new episode. Anybody that like this new episode, I'll be very grateful. If anyone could follow me on Instagram, I got two Instagram accounts, Grind Ethics Media 22 at Instagram, and I'm also on Grind Ethics Mixtape Show at Instagram, and I'm also on TikTok, Grind Ethics at TikTok. And anyone that really likes this episode, I'll be very grateful if anyone could make a friendly donation. Um, The link is Grind Ethics Cash App, also Grind Ethics Media at PayPal. Everything, all the links where you can follow me, the links where you can make donations, is the link is on below, below the channel. Also, I got to give a big shout out to my proud sponsor, Yamaha Naturals. Yamaha Naturals. Their link is on below, just in case you want to learn about CMOS. Ain't no pressure. You don't have to buy it right away. But for some of y'all that heard about CMOS and don't know exactly what it is, after the show, log on to Yamaha Naturals. They have an Instagram account. Also, they have a full website. Learn about CMOS from their from their website or their social media sites. Also, they sell other herbal medicine and herbal substance. Big shout out to Yamaha Naturals once again. Anyway, let me get. Anyway, this episode of the Grind Ethics Mixtape Show. What's the topic? I forgot already. Yo, the topic of this show is it's about me, basically. I know I'm so vain. I probably think this show is about me. And yes, it is about me. Y'all didn't get that. Y'all don't know that song, I'm So Vain. You probably think the song is about me. I forgot who sang that song. It was some white chick. Anyway. Oh man. And I keep forgetting I'm in my 40s. People that's in our 40s, for those if you're in your 40s, we're not really that old. Or for those people who really think that we're old, we're not really that old because we don't know a lot of history about music. Anyway, uh, but yeah, the topic of the show is my life in my 20s wasn't hard. It was just all in my head. It wasn't hard. I thought when I was in my 20s, I lived a hard life. No, I didn't. I didn't. I mean, me walking on a certain path, looking back in my 20s, being in my 40s, I realized I didn't really live the hard life when I was in my 20s. My life wasn't really hard. And I laugh at myself, and I can laugh because it's funny to me now. It wasn't funny then, but it's funny to me now. 20 something years later, it's funny to me because I didn't really live the hard life in my 20s. I thought my life was hard when I was in my 20s, throughout my whole 20s. I'm talking about from age 20 to 29. And in between, whatever. I thought my life was hard because I did not obtain certain things that people say I should have in my I didn't obtain certain things that people say I should have at that age or that age group. I didn't have my own crib in my 20s. I wasn't really so-called established. I was taught that or told that when you're 20 or somewhere in your 20s, you have to be so-called established, whatever that means. You know, have a money in the bank, certain amount of money in the bank, you know, work a good job, you know, live for the weekends and ball out on the weekends and whatever. You know, I thought that I was supposed to have all that popping in my 20s, but no, and just because me listening to people who are who are programmed or people who have that negative program remind you there's nothing wrong with being programmed. There's two types of programs. You got good programs and bad programs. But when we were growing up, since our subconscious mind does not discriminate or judge what it sees or hear, it downloads everything, good and bad programs. It downloads everything. So the program that I downloaded, my subconscious mind downloaded, is I got to get everything together in my 20s. I got to get my own crib. I got to get a car. I got to get this. I got to get that. I got to get a wife. I got to get kids. No. No. Okay? No. That's not necessary. And I felt bad. And I thought I lived a hard life because I didn't have certain things that people told me that I'm supposed to have. And therefore I suffered. I didn't suffer in my 20s because I thought I lived, because I didn't suffer in my 20s because I actually lived a hard life. I suffered in my 20s because I thought I lived a hard life because I'm listening to people. I'm listening to programmed people. I mean, people who are negatively programmed. I'm listening to people who live according to these negative programs. So in a way, it's funny. In a way, my life was hard in my 20s, but then again, it wasn't hard because I thought it was hard. I know I'm confusing some of y'all, but some of y'all understand what I'm talking about. My life wasn't really hard in my 20s. I just seen it as hard. And people who are programmed in a negative manner will make you go crazy, because people who have the negative program or live according to the negative program, which they don't know about, they have a tendency to program other people, especially their kids or other younger people. You know, and that's what it is. The negative programs is autopilot. We don't even know that we live in according to negative programs. A lot of us don't even know. And for those who don't know, that's watching right now, you might be living according to a negative program. You know, if you're in your 20s, for example, or even in your 30s or your 40s, and you feel like your life ain't all together, you feel like you're a loser because your life didn't pan out the way it wanted to pan out, the way you want it to be or whatever, it doesn't mean you're a loser. It doesn't mean you're a failure. That's just how you think. That's just how you feel. And the world will make you feel that way. Your friends, some of your family members, some of your associates, some of them will make you feel that way. Or the world, especially watching social media, forget about it. Especially watching these fake ass gurus, entrepreneur gurus, you know, with their rented Lamborghini and Porsche or whatever. Some of these motherfuckers is fake. Anyway, a lot of the stuff that y'all watching, some of y'all that's younger, I'm 43. Some of y'all that's younger, or even some of y'all that's my age or whatever. A lot of that social media shit is fake. A lot of these motherfuckers who claim to be entrepreneurs that be standing in front of some Lambo or a Porsche or a Ferrari, some of them are legit. You know, some of these people, that's really their car, and they really live in that life. They're really living that, you know, what you call the rich man life or whatever. And some of them are not. Some of them are just the scammers. Okay? Don't fall for that, and don't compare your life to other people. Especially don't compare your life to a person that's living a fake ass lifestyle. When your lifestyle is real and their lifestyle is fake, don't compare it. Don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. Matter of fact, some of y'all are already hurting yourself. So it's okay if you're in your 20s and you don't have everything together. Even if you're in your 30s. I don't even know what the hell having everything together is, really. Everybody has their own perception, perspective, or whatever, or what having it all together is. It's whatever. Don't go crazy. Live your life. Live your life. Mama used to say. And that's the message in most of my episodes, in these awareness episodes that I'll be producing. Live your motherfucking life. So what? You're 20-something years old. You're 20 or 25 or you're almost 30 and you don't have certain things that people say you're supposed to have. So what? So what? It don't matter. You're alive, right? You wake up in the morning, breathing, right? You wake up in the morning fighting another fight, right? And that's what mostly matters. We forget the simplest things in life, like waking up every day, still alive, breathing. We neglect that. You know how many people in this world neglect that? Neglect the simple fact that they waking up in the morning, every day of their life, still breathing, still alive for another strive or another fight. Come on, man. We don't. A lot of us don't. We're so programmed by the Matrix. The Matrix got us badly programmed so much that we're distracted from embracing the smallest things in life because we're so caught up in hustle and bustle, hustle and bustle, hustle and bustle. Well, I gotta get my shit together at age 25. No, you don't have to, man. Stop listening to people. Stop listening to programmed people. People who are negatively programmed, especially your parents. Because let's keep it real. Maybe not everybody that's watching, maybe every parent does not live according to the bad program. But a lot of parents do. So your parents will make you feel like a loser when you don't live up to their expectations. And I'm telling you straight up, don't live up to if your parents are programmed like everybody else, negative stuff. Then don't listen to your parents. They don't know what's best for you. They don't know what's best for you. They don't. I mean, yeah, you love them and they love you, but they don't. If they're just like everybody else, running a rat race, then don't listen to your parents. Your parents fell for the okie doke. God bless their heart. That's not funny, but but yeah, man. I really, but that's my advice to y'all. I really did not live. My life was not really hard, At that time, I lived with my moms. I didn't have to pay no rent. Still don't have to pay no rent. They didn't pay that many bills. Still don't pay that many bills. I had parents. My big brother, sometimes he give me money. My sister don't care too much about me. My physical sister. But then again, to a certain degree, she is an asset to my life. I got to put her on my asset list. Friends. I got the Nation Guards of Earth, which I'm a part of for over 20 years. And at that time, I was part of the Nation Guards of Earth in my early 20s. I joined when I was 19. So the Nation Guards of Earth always been an asset to me or a resource to me. Because in the Nation Guards of Earth, somebody does something. Okay, somebody does something or have some type of skill or some type of business or whatever, So looking back, so gathering all that I had already, that I have to this day since I was in my 20s, I'm like, hold up, I didn't really live the hard life because I had so much. I didn't have a lot of money. My money was going up and down and whatever. I was going in and out of jobs. Sometimes I was hustling. Sometimes I was selling merchandise. Most of the time I wasn't, or whatever. But I still had everything. I had food, clothing, shelter. To this day, food, clothing, shelter, a little money, and that's it. Once you have food, clothing, shelter, a little money, you have everything. Fuck the toys. Fuck the fancy stuff. It don't matter. You know? So I and it even came to the point when I was in my 20s, even when I was enjoying myself going to a party, I'm thinking about my money problems, which is not really problems. I'm just looking at it as problems. Okay? And it came to the point that I seen famous rappers like Wu-Tang, Special Ed, so EPMD performing. And I'm so excited. I'm having fun. But in the back of my head, I'm like, still thinking about my money problems, which is not really problems. I'm just seeing it as problems. But when I seen Slick Rick perform, I seen Slick Rick perform twice. And my problems just went away. I didn't think about my problems. I don't know. It's something about Slick Rick, the way he performs. He put a good spell on me. He cast a good spell on me to the point that I forgot about my whatever I considered money problems. But anyway, big shout out to Slick Rick. But yeah. When I was in my 20s, my life was tight. I was like, it's funny because in my 20s, I was like one of those tight ass middle-aged people who's racing for life, who's racing to compete. But I'm in my 20s. Why I'm acting like this? Why I'm acting like I'm older or something? Or I have a midlife crisis and I gotta be successful or something bad's gonna happen. Or I gotta make a certain amount of money or something bad's gonna happen. Why am I thinking this in my 20s? But when I entered my 30s, okay, I calmed down a little bit, but still impulsive to a certain degree. But when I entered my 40s, I felt like I was born again. I felt like and it's funny. In my 40s, I felt when I turned 40, I felt like I was a newborn baby, and I felt like I was a 20-year-old at the same time. Okay? For real. For real. That's how I felt, man. So now I feel new. I feel fresh, man. I feel like a newborn baby. Even though I might have only, 40 years, 50 years left to live. My grandmother lived to be 107. I'm trying to be, I want to live to at least be 100, at least. Because people in my family, on my mom's and my father's side, we live a long time. Okay? We live a long time. Some of us in my family, we like in our triple digits. For real. But anyway, but yeah, man, don't go crazy. If you're in your 20s, 30s, don't go crazy. And some of y'all think your life is hard. I mean, I don't know your life. I don't know what you're going through, but some things that you might see as a struggle or hardship, I might look at it as whatever. Life goes on. That's how I might take it. For real. Some of us, we're going through certain struggles that is not really a struggle. We just see it as a struggle. We make this shit. We're programmed since birth to make our lives complicated. This is what this fucking matrix or this world is designed to do, is to make your life complicated. We're programmed to look at easy things and look at it as I always get this messed up. We're trained to make easy things look hard and make hard things look harder. We make complex things that's really complex, we make it more complex in our mind. Because that's what we was taught. Because this world will make you go crazy. This world will enslave you. This world is already enslaving us. It's already enslaving us. You know? It's just about being mindful, being aware of the things that you say, the things that you do, how you live. You got to stop and realize, yo, this is bullshit. The way I'm living. You know? It's always about mindfulness. Be mindful of the pitfalls you're walking in. I mean, be mindful that you're in your own way because you're trying to live up to everybody's expectations. You can't live up to everybody's expectations. You're going to go crazy. Live up to your own expectations. That's it. And you be all right in life. You be smooth. Like me. I still don't have a lot of money, but I'm happy. And I love myself. You know? Come on. This is the smoothest. My life right now is the smoothest it ever been. You know? My life is like easy like a Sunday morning. Like Lionel Richie. Oh, man. You know? It's whatever. Certain things is not a struggle. It's not a problem. You just see as a problem, man. Or you might see, and another thing is we're trained to look at small problems as big problems. And we're trained to see things as things that might be a small little setback, but not a real problem. We're trained to make it look like it's a problem. Or at least a small problem. That's what the ego does. The ego is a part of you that make you go crazy. And outside forces, the powers that be, the people that's controlling this world, they know about your ego. They know about the science of the ego. They know what makes your ego tick. So, yeah, man, that's about it, man. That's all I got to say, man. And remember, man, live your life. Live your life. Anyway, anybody that like this episode of the Grindethiks Mixtape Show, I'll be very grateful if anyone can make a friendly donation. The link is below, Grindethiks Cash App. Also, I'm on PayPal, Grindethiks Media at PayPal. Also, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and all that good stuff. All my links are on below. And big shouts to Yamaha Natural. Yamaha Natural is my proud sponsor. I'm out. And remember, peoples, tell a friend to tell a friend that is all about the mother effing grind. Basically.